I have a friend, his name is Jonathan, and I grew up together with Jonathan's brother. So I asked him, "How is your brother doing?" And he says, "I have no clue." I said, "What do you mean you have no clue? You are not close?" I said, "We are very close." But he became very observant. And every time I ask him, "How are you doing?" he says to me, "Baruch Hashem." I said, "How are the kids doing?" He said, "Baruch Hashem." "So how is your wife doing?" "Baruch Hashem." "And how is work?" "Baruch Hashem." So he says to me, "I know a lot about Hashem. I know very little about my brother." So what I'm telling you the story because Hashem is one of the ways we refer to the deity, to God. But there are many names in Jewish tradition to refer to God. We can say Elohim, and we can say Adonai, and we can say Akadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, and we refer to him as the merciful and the king and the shepherd. There's one name that appears in the Parashat of the week, and it's El Shaddai. Shaddai. When the rabbis wants to try to understand the essence of that name, they say very clearly, Shaddai means Sheomer Dai, the one that says enough. How can we understand that idea that God says enough? It applies to nurture and it applies to our life. How does it apply to nature? For example, God is the one who says to the waves, enough, you have a limit. You come till here, but don't destroy my cities. God says enough to the storms. Say, yes, I understand. There is a need for storms in the ecosystem, but enough is enough. But God also says enough to us when we cross boundaries. Because when more becomes an obsession, it becomes an addiction. So what God is telling us through his name, Shomer Dai, that says enough, is an invitation for every human being to think, when enough is enough? When can I be calm and look all the blessing that I already have around myself and says, I have enough? And I think, especially after all these tough, very tough times that we went to COVID, and we know that many people have it much harder than we have it. Maybe we can look around ourselves and say, well, look at this blessing of my family, the blessing of my friends, the blessing of my community, the blessing of being alive, the blessing of being able to breathe. And maybe God is telling you, is this enough? Can you recognize that this is enough? So take advantage of this Shabbat to connect yourself with that part of God, the one Shomer Dai, the one that says enough is enough. If you will accomplish that, you will be finding peace inside of you, and I'm sure that Hashem, Akadosh Baruch Hu, Elohim, Adonai Elohim, will be very proud of the person you are. Shabbat Shalom.